Let's see what happens here for first 15 seconds sound check. I just do this to be safe. And who knows if it's the sound comes in, so I just wait for 15 seconds, like my other live videos, just to be safe. Fuchs Kung Fu Friday is what we're doing. I watched some Kung Fu martial arts films recently. I thought, why not have a little topic on those? And first, give a shout out to my friend Pat. Yesterday, I had one of those needed to bend somebody's ear, and he was there to talk, and it helped. And you have one of those days that just you like, yeah, try to find somebody that you can talk to, and it hopefully works itself out for you, which it did for me. It helped. So shout out to Pat, and have a good evening, and hope everybody's having a good day, and have next thing to talk about, which really not ready for yet, is winter. I woke up this morning and snow was on the ground, so uh, I'm all right with it, but just not ready for it. And one thing that's bugging me is the car commercials that have come out with the holiday spiel. It's like just a little early. That's my take. Way it was, it stopped snowing in the afternoon, so it was morning, and now as I was, watching a movie and stuff, it was snowing this evening. It's just a dusting kind of thing, about an inch, and just getting used to it, which I don't think you ever do. But if you're in one of those states or areas where you get four seasons, kind of enjoy that. I just wish the four seasons worked the way they're supposed to, but that never does. Weather changes. Walk outside, and 10 minutes later, it's doing something else. What else to talk about? Weather. Yeah, I guess we can go right into the movies. Yeah, last couple of weeks I've watched a couple here and there, so I put a list together, and kind of look at it as martial art films is for me better than watching Dancing with the Stars choreography wise. So it's just a little more action, I guess. First movie is that I watched Legend of the Eight Samurai, 1983, martial art fantasy movie dealing with a princess, and decent movie to watch. Again, for a martial arts film, you kind of have to have enjoy that. I think it's something to watch if you want to see something different. It's worth it because there are some scenes that almost every martial arts film, as long as it's a good one. I mean, I know there's probably some bad ones. There's some kind of scene in there that you kind of look and it's like, did they really do that, or how did that happen, kind of thing, and some of the moves that they do. So this movie basically, was called Satomi hakken-den in Japanese. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad. And then actor in that movie, Hiroko Hakushimaru. She was in recently a TV miniseries Unnatural, and I almost feel like I need to start getting a teleprompter or something just for the notes I write on this. Kind of throwing names from the movie if they're doing anything currently. I don't know anything on those current movies or anything. I'm just giving a little information, trying to add a little more to my videos. Another actor in there, Sonny Chiba. He's done a lot of stuff, but his recent Shakespeare in Tokyo is something he's done. Next movie, I enjoy Jackie Chan movies. I think if you get a chance, he just does his own stunts. And if you ever watch like the ending of it, some of his movies, they have outtakes in that where some of his stunts don't go right. And I don't know how the dude's, walking around. And there's some videos out there, like his 10 deadliest stunts or something that it's worth watching. So if you do a search for that. But the movie I watched was Crime Story, and I apologize, I didn't get the year. I want to say it was in the 80s. Decent movie. Again, he has a couple scenes that he does some moves or choreography, and the actors in there also his stunt people. And I remember years ago reading something that his stunt team for like insurance policy or something was just totally crazy or something just because of what they do and how dangerous their work is. So again, Jackie Chan, he is doing all kinds of stuff. So I just grabbed one of the titles that sounded a little interesting. The Night of Shadow Between Yin and Yang. So that was something recent, but he had a whole bunch of stuff that's in post production. So that he's active. Just seeing him, and sometimes you're like, how is this guy walking around? I give him credit. See some of his movies and like, gee, I'll take a quarter of that energy. I would enjoy having. Next person in there, I try to grab a couple names. I'm not familiar with a lot of these actors or actresses, so my apologies on that. But again, I try to give a little more information. Kent Chung, and something recent for him is Deep Bay at Bengal. Again, not sure about it, but that's something I found in research. The next movie, The Flying Guillotine, 1975. I've always enjoyed the Flying Guillotine series. There's a bunch out there. There's different versions, but the one I'm talking about is 1975. It's worth watching. It's the Flying Guillotine is a weapon that basically, if you get it on your opponent or your enemy's head, you pull and it takes his head off. And it's an interesting concept. And there was a newer version that came out, and the beginning of the movie's okay. I got to watch it again. But with today's standards, they show the mechanism going in motion in the beginning of this movie. And I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. Ended up, they didn't use the guillotine that much in the movie. And so it kind of disappointed me a little. But I do have to watch it again because I had so much high hopes when all of a sudden you're seeing how the mechanism works. And so I got a little off base there. But 1975, The Flying Guillotine. And like I say, there's all different versions of the movie. I think, this one, I stream a lot of this, so it is out there to stream. I do have some DVDs with the Flying Guillotine. So, okay, I'm gonna say one of the actors, Kuan Chen, and recently was in Keyboard Warriors, something that he's done most recent, and then Feng is another actor in this movie, Shades of Rogue. It's a short movie, 2014. He's an older gentleman. Again, he hasn't really done much recently. And my last one is, and I wrote this down and I didn't bring it up to the table, Hapkido, 1972. For the time period, if you stream this or watch it, it seems to be a high budget movie back then just because of the film quality compared to other martial arts films I've watched. And decent movie. I think all four that I mentioned are worth watching. And have a little of different. I mean, if you watched all four, you're not going to come, oh, that's the same movie. All different styles. Is a female actress, I think, is Angela Ma. I didn't write this down right, so again, Angela Ma. And her acting career went until late 80s, and she did something in the early 90s, but she hasn't been acting of recent. And then last actor, another actor in that movie, Carter Wong, and he has been in the original Big Trouble in Little China. I guess there's going to be a remake of that with Dwayne Johnson, I think it is. And then Carter Wong also was in Rambo 3, so a couple known movies that he's been in. So that's it for martial art kung fu theater, I guess you want to say. I remember as a kid, Saturday night, I think it was at 10:30, we had kung fu theater, and there was one kung fu movie out there, and I saw it a long time, like at Best Buy, and I didn't pull the trigger. But the concept of the movie was, I think it was 4 students. I don't know this whole story, but they're, I think, running away or being sought after, and they get trained by 4 masters, and each of them goes through their training, and each of them has like a weakness on their body. Like one person would be the stomach or something like that. And I just cannot think of the name of it, how to go about trying to find it. Again, it was one of these things you saw. It's like, I wish I would have pulled the trigger. And now it's, but I remember as one guy, he would be handling like rice and it would be hot or something like that. And then another guy would be in a cane field and he'd be ripping cane off the tusks or whatever. He'd twist his body. I don't know if it was his legs or his body that he'd wrap around and he'd tear it off to get stronger. One guy, I think, rotated a stone wheel, if I remember right. So these are the kind of things, it's like, hey, that's a movie I wouldn't mind seeing again, just because it's something from when you were a kid. So that's about it for this evening. And people that getting ready for winter, hey, it's coming. Try to take it as much as you can, and hope your days are better, and have a good evening, and hope you get to enjoy your weekend.